today's task, we're going to focus on learning a few of the Photoshop tools. We're going to be cutting and pasting, we're going to be using a grab tool, we're going to be scaling, we're going to be using the magic eraser, and then lastly we're going to be looking at how layers work within Photoshop. So first things first, you need to save these images. We're going to mash these up. We're going to place one into the other. So right click on your image after you click on it. Let's just save it. For you guys, we're going to be working on a PC, so it's going to look a little bit different. I'm on my Mac at home here. We're just going to save, for my case, we're going to save to your my desktop. You can save to your pictures or anywhere you want to, really. So save both images. As you can see down here, it's shown that it is downloaded. I'm going to go back to my Vader image. Same thing, save image as, Vader, Force, yeah, sure. I'm going to go to my already desktop. Hit save. Alright, I've got my two images saved. Next thing we need to do here is we need to open up Photoshop. And so mine's going to look a little bit different than yours. You're going to need to go to your Start menu. In the bottom left-hand corner of your PC, you're going to have the option to Start. It's just a blue dot with a Windows logo. I hope you know that, but that's okay if you don't. And just type in Adobe Photoshop, A-D-O-B-E, and Photoshop. If your computer does not have it, I do believe there is one computer in the second row on the right-hand side of the room, right in the middle, that doesn't have it. For future reference, the best computers in Lab 221 are the back row. That whole back row has the most RAM and are the best. We'll go with that. Alright, so we've opened up Photoshop. It doesn't matter if you're using Photoshop 64-bit or whatever the other option is. Either one will work for today's lesson. Once we've opened up Photoshop, we need to get our images in here. So we're going to go File and Open. File, Open. We're going to choose those images. Let's see. Ooh, baby pictures. We are going to find our Darth Vader and our Slurpee. There's Slurpee. It doesn't really matter which one you open first. I'm going to open Vader. And then I'm going to go File, Open. I'm going to go to my Slurpee. Alright, so a few of you are immediately going to go, oh no, I just lost my Darth Vader picture. Well, no, they're actually just in two separate files. Just go back and forth between the two. You can click on these up here. So here we go. We've got our Darth Vader and we've got our Slurpee ready to go. Let's click on our Slurpee first. Let's take a look at this file. You may have a locked layer. You may be able to unlock it, but sometimes they just duplicate it. It's quicker, easier, and then delete it. So all I did was right click on it and click duplicate, or I can right click on it and click delete. And I just delete the locked layer. I mean, you can click this button, but sometimes it's disabled. So, alright, let's assume that you're here with me. Now that we have our Slurpee cup open, the first tool I want to show you is called the Magic Eraser tool. So if you look at our toolbar over here on the left-hand screen, we have a bunch of different options. We're going to look at the eraser. I want you to click and hold your pointer on the eraser button. And we get a few options here. The main setting, it'll usually be on the eraser tool, but you're going to have to hold it and go for a Magic Eraser tool. The Magic Eraser tool, it's going to allow you to erase all of one color. So quite simply, I'm going to click on the white, and there we go, I've erased the white. I'm going to do the same with this gray shadow. I don't really want that there, so I'm just right clicking on a bit of the gray shadow. We see that the gray is disappearing. Alright, that's the first step. Alright, now we need to get this Slurpee into our Vader Force. So in order to do that, we need to select this Slurpee layer, and we need to cut it out and paste it onto this file. So the quick keys, so actually I should put out this one. This is kind of like your grab tool. This is a good tool to go in between. So let's say I wanted to work with the eraser. I do some erasing. It's a good idea just to click on this after. I can look at my layer. I can click on it. I can drag it around. I can make sure that I'm on the right layer and I have what I want to work on. So here we go. Here's the Slurpee. Excuse me, I'm going to cough. Sorry about that. I have my Slurpee. The quick key for selecting all is Command or Control A. this is going to select my entire canvas. Ctrl A. So go ahead, hold down Control, press A. You should have this kind of blinking box around your Slurpee. And from here, we can use the Edit Copy, or we can use, on my Mac here, it's Command C, but for you guys, it's probably Control C. All right, we're going to copy. All right, again, if you miss that, it's Edit Copy after we've selected our Slurpee. We'll go back to Vader, and we're going to go Edit, Paste, or Command V or Control V. Alright, so paste, and we should get our Slurpee cup. But check it out, it's massive. We'll talk about resolution in another class, but for now we need to scale this. So our giant Slurpee, I've got my grab tool on it, I can move it around. Let's look at our layers here. The way layers work within Photoshop is whatever's on the top layer is above the one below it. So if I wanted my background image, my Darth Vader, I'm just going to unlock this. I'll see again. There it is. I'm just going to duplicate it. There we go. Delete my Vader image. If I want this layer to be in front of the other, well, all I got to do is drag it above. So same idea here. If I wanted this Vader to be over top, and let's say I actually wanted to erase some of this, we'll see that Slurpee cup is behind it. At any time, if you make a mistake, if you kind of mess up, Edit, Undo, or Control Z or Control Alt Z will allow you to take steps back. So you can see step back, edit, step back, and you can keep going. So for what we're working on now, I want to place the Slurpee above, and we need to scale this down so it fits in this hand. So we've got our layer that we're working on. We know we're on the right layer. We can go Edit, Transform, and then we're going to scale. Alright, so again, that's Edit, Transform, Scale. Or the quick key is Command or Control T, and it'll allow us to now scale this. Now the biggest mistake I see in junior high when we start dealing with images is that students will just kind of grab it and pick it, and all of a sudden their Slurpee cup looks really skinny and really weird, or really short and chubby, and it doesn't really look natural. So what I am going to suggest is this. There we go. I'm not going to apply my transformation. Okay, so let's say you go Ctrl T, here we go. When you click on this corner piece, I want you to hold down the Shift key. If you hold down the Shift key, it allows you to scale at the proper rate. Alright, it allows you to scale it to the exact proportions. So let's get that close to where it needs to go. Alright, let's say that the Slurpee cup is probably about yay big. Alright, in order to apply this transformation, we need to just go back to our grab tool and click